Meet Alex and Ben. Both men make exactly $70,000 every single year working at the exact same company. Fast forward 30 years later, Ben is completely broke, while Alex has quietly built a massive multi-million-dollar fortune. How did this happen? The secret does not come from winning the lottery or making incredibly risky business investments overnight. True wealth actually comes from preventing money leaks in daily habits and letting compound interest work its silent magic daily. Let us examine the biggest structural choices first. Housing is usually the largest expense for absolutely every single working adult. Ben decides to buy a massive luxury home that stretches his monthly budget to the absolute maximum breaking point immediately. He wants to impress his friends and neighbors, but this choice makes him incredibly house poor for many long decades. Alex takes a completely different approach. He purchases a modest, comfortable home well below his maximum approved mortgage lending limit. This brilliant decision frees up hundreds of extra dollars every single month for future investments and unexpected emergency savings funds. Now let us look at transportation. Cars are notorious wealth destroyers because they constantly lose their financial value over time. Ben loves the feeling of a brand new vehicle. He finances a shiny luxury sedan with a huge monthly payment. Every 3 years, Ben trades his car in for a newer model, trapping himself in an endless cycle of debt. Alex understands that a car is just a tool to get from point A to point B safely every day. He buys a reliable used car in cash and commits to driving it for at least 10 full consecutive years. By avoiding constant car payments, Alex retains a massive amount of capital that he can redirect toward building real wealth. Next, we must talk about daily living habits. Small expenses seem harmless, but they add up to staggering amounts eventually. Ben eats out at expensive restaurants almost every single day and buys premium gourmet coffee on his morning work commute. He also signs up for countless streaming services and digital subscriptions that he completely forgets to ever actually cancel later. These tiny, invisible leaks slowly drain thousands of dollars from his bank account without him even realizing the severe damage. Alex chooses to cook most of his delicious meals at home, bringing healthy packed lunches to his office every day. He regularly reviews his monthly credit card statements and ruthlessly eliminates any recurring subscriptions he no longer actively uses today. Then there's the powerful 24-hour rule. This psychological trick prevents disastrous impulse purchases from ruining your budget. When Ben sees a flashy new gadget online, he clicks buy immediately to get a quick temporary rush of excitement. When Alex wants something expensive, he forces himself to wait a full 24 hours before making the final purchase. Most of the time, the strong desire fades away completely, and Alex happily keeps his hard-earned money safely invested. Now, let us dive into the incredibly important world of automated investing and strategic long-term tax planning strategies today. Ben thinks investing is only for wealthy Wall Street bankers, so he leaves his savings in a standard checking account. He completely ignores his company retirement matching program, literally leaving thousands of free bonus dollars on the table every year. Alex automates his financial future. A portion of his paycheck goes straight into his retirement account before he sees it. He always contributes enough money to get the full employer match, recognizing it as an immediate 100% return. Instead of gambling on individual risky stocks, Alex steadily buys broad market index funds that guarantee consistent long-term growth. He also utilizes a health savings account, treating it as a secret stealth retirement fund with triple tax-free benefits. By paying for minor medical expenses out of pocket, his health savings account balance compounds tax-free for several decades.
This is where the true mathematical miracle of compound interest begins to show its unbelievable wealth-generating power over time. In the first 5 years, the financial gap between Alex and Ben does not look very impressive or noticeable yet. Ben actually looks much richer because he drives a gorgeous new car and lives in a massive luxury dream home. Alex looks completely average to outside observers, driving his older vehicle and living in a very simple, modest neighborhood peacefully. But behind the scenes, Ben is drowning in high-interest consumer debt and feeling constant, intense monthly financial stress continuously. Meanwhile, Alex sleeps incredibly well at night, knowing his emergency fund is fully stocked and his investments are growing steadily. Let us jump ahead to the 10-year mark. The invisible gap between their net worths is now expanding rapidly. Ben is still making huge payments on his fourth leased luxury vehicle, having built absolutely zero actual long-term equity. Alex is still driving the exact same reliable used car, which has been paid off for many years now. The money Alex saved on car payments has been quietly multiplying in his diversified index fund portfolio without any effort. At the 15-year mark, the stock market experiences a sudden, severe, temporary crash that terrifies most average retail investors. Ben panics completely and decides to sell the tiny amount of stock he owns at a massive, permanent financial loss. Alex understands that market downturns are completely normal and actually represent incredible buying opportunities for smart long-term wealth builders. He continues his automated monthly index fund purchases, effectively buying valuable shares of great companies at a huge discount price. When the market inevitably recovers a few years later, Alex sees his total net worth absolutely skyrocket to new heights. 20 years have now passed. Both men are starting to feel the physical exhaustion of working their demanding corporate jobs. Ben realizes he cannot ever stop working because his expensive lifestyle requires a massive, continuous stream of active monthly income. He's trapped in a golden cage of his own making, forced to work just to pay his endless bills. Alex, however, has reached a magical tipping point where his money now returns his actual annual living expenses completely. His money is now working significantly harder than he ever could, generating passive income while he sleeps peacefully every night. By year 25, Alex decides to pay off the remaining small balance on his modest home mortgage loan entirely. He is now completely debt-free, owning his comfortable house outright and possessing a heavily funded diversified stock market portfolio. Ben decides to refinance his massive luxury home just to pull out cash to pay for an extravagant overseas vacation. He resets his 30-year mortgage clock back to zero, guaranteeing he will have a housing payment during his retirement. Finally, we arrive at the 30-year mark. The ultimate results of their daily financial habits are now permanently cemented. Ben is 65 years old and staring at a terrifying reality regarding his extremely fragile future financial survival plans. Despite earning over $2 million during his working career, his actual total net worth is shockingly close to zero. He has nothing to show for his decades of hard labor except depreciating consumer goods and lingering high-interest debt. Alex sits in his paid-off home reviewing his vast investment accounts that now total well over $3 million. He did not inherit a single penny, nor did he invent a wildly successful technology startup company in his garage. He simply spent less than he earned, avoided lifestyle creep, and consistently invested the difference into broad market index funds. The profound lesson here is that true wealth is exactly what you do not visibly see every single day. Wealth is the luxury vehicle you decided not to purchase when you finally received that big promotion at your job. Wealth is the expensive designer clothing you left on the store rack after applying the strict 24-hour rule. Wealth is the quiet, brilliant discipline of cooking a simple, healthy meal instead of ordering overpriced restaurant delivery every evening. People often confuse being rich with being wealthy, but these two concepts are actually completely different realities in modern life. Being rich means you have a high current income that allows you to purchase many expensive, flashy items right now. Being wealthy means you have accumulated enough hidden financial assets to buy back your precious time and ultimate personal freedom. Ben focused entirely on looking incredibly rich to strangers, sacrificing his future freedom for temporary superficial status symbols and praise. Alex focused entirely on becoming quietly wealthy, trading short-term material pleasures for permanent peace of mind and lasting security. The math behind this incredible transformation is surprisingly simple and accessible to almost anyone willing to practice consistent daily discipline. If you invest